You might be holding onto a hidden treasure without even knowing it. We're taking a closer look at 3 Lincoln pennies that many collectors overlook: the 1960D, 1964D, and 1978 Lincoln penny. While they may look common at first glance, the truth is some of these coins have rare mint errors, die varieties, and subtle differences that make them extremely valuable to collectors. What if I told you that an old 1978 Lincoln penny hiding in your pocket change could be worth up to thousands? We're diving into one of the most overlooked treasures in American coin history, the rare 1978 Lincoln-era penny. While millions of these copper coins were minted, only a handful carry rare mistakes so valuable. The coin has been minted continuously for over a century. By 1978, it had already transitioned to the Lincoln Memorial Reverse, a design introduced in 1959. But buried in that mountain of copper are a few spectacular errors, mistakes made during the minting process that weren't caught by quality control. And these rare varieties are so scarce, they become highly prized gems, with some collectors paying tens of thousands of dollars for just one. Most people don't realize it, but error coins from the late 70s can be worth a fortune, and 1978 is no exception. The reason? A combination of rare minting mistakes, low survival rates, and high collector demand. While billions were minted, only a tiny fraction contain errors, such as double die obverse DDO, repunched mintmark RPM, off-center strike, wrong planchet errors, clipped plankets, die caps. Coins with these errors, especially in mint-state red road condition, can sell for mind-blowing figures: DDO or RPM in MS66 road, $12,000, $35,000, off-center with full date and mintmark, up to $20,000, wrong planchet strike, over $66,500. Unique examples, or highest graded, sold for $80,000 to $995, with modern grading services like PCGS and NGC authenticating and cataloging more rare varieties. Values have climbed rapidly in recent years. Still, very few of these have been discovered, which means you could still find one in your collection, or even lose change. A well-preserved 1978 DDO penny graded MS66 RD can bring up to $35,000. 1978D repunched mintmark RPM. High-grade RPMs can fetch $5,000, $18,500, depending on rarity and condition. Off-center strike, a spectacular off-center 1978D and MS60 for road sold for nearly $20,000 at auction. Struck on a wrong planchet, a confirmed 1978 penny struck on a 10C planchet in MS65 condition once sold for $66,500. Clipped planchet / die cap errors. In top condition, these coins regularly sell for $3,000, $10,000, and unique examples can bring even more. Record-breaking sales and collector stories. The 1978 Lincoln penny has shocked the coin world several times with huge auction sales. A 1978D RPM in MS66 red was snapped up for $18,500 at auction. A stunning DDO variety, certified by PCGS, sold privately for $35,000. A once-in-a-decade find, a 1978 penny struck on a dime planchet, fetched a staggering $66,500, and in 2021, a unique clipped and doubled error in mint state reportedly sold for $80,000 to $995. What makes these coins so exciting is that none were expected, and most were found in circulation, bankrolls, or old penny jars. Stop what you're doing. Imagine pulling a rusty old penny from your change jar. We're diving into the mysterious and highly sought-after world of the 1964D era Lincoln penny, a coin that looks ordinary but hides a fortune in plain sight. With era varieties so rare that only a few have ever surfaced, collectors are shelling out tens of thousands of dollars to own just one. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909, has remained one of the most beloved and collected U.S. coins for over a century. But in 1964, something interesting happened at the Denver Mint, and it laid the foundation for some of the rarest penny errors ever seen. 1964 was also the last year before the U.S. phased out silver coins in 1965, so the mint was under enormous pressure. As a result, quality control suffered, and error coins were born. Why the 1964D penny can be so valuable? It's all about errors, rare mistakes during the minting process that result in unique, one-of-a-kind coins. While most of the 3.7 billion pennies from the Denver Mint are standard, a tiny handful were struck with major errors like double dies, repunched mintmarks RPMs, off-center strikes, wrong planchet strikes, die caps or clipped plankets. Mint State 65 plus road with major error, $55,230 plus. MS67 Road RPM or DDO, DDR, $71,500 plus. Finest known, red gem error coin, over $99,000 to $175 at auction. 1964D double die obverse DDO. In top MS condition, this penny can reach auction prices of $40,000 plus, and a fully red, flawless specimen with a bold DDO may sell for up to $71,500. 1964D RPM repunched mint mark. Highest auction sales for well-struck RPMs in MS66 Road have hit $55,000 to $130. 1964D off-center strike. A 10% to 50% off-center strike with a full date and mint mark is highly collectible. A high-grade example of an off-center 1964D penny once fetched over $12,000 at auction. 1964D on a wrong planchette. These are virtually unknown to most collectors, and when authenticated, one of these coins can hit the $99,000 to $175 mark or higher. Clipped planchette or die cap errors. Value: $500, $10,000. Clipped planchette errors happen when the coin blank is incomplete, leaving a crescent-shaped bite out of the edge. Die cap errors occur when a coin sticks to the die and strikes the next blank, leading to a warped, cup-like effect. High-grade examples, especially with strong luster and full details, are extremely desirable. In 2022, a collector at Heritage Auctions sold a 1964 DRPM MS67 Road penny for a stunning $55,000 to $130. A 1964D penny struck on a dime planchette, graded MS6 for by NGC, reportedly brought in $99,000 to $175 at a private sale. A sharp-eyed collector found a 1964 DDDO in a roll of pennies from a bank. It later sold for over $40,000 at auction. These aren't isolated incidents, as more collectors discover the hidden value in Lincoln cents, demand, and price. What if I told you that an ordinary-looking 1960D Lincoln penny in your pocket change could be worth up to thousands? That's right, a single cent turning into a six-figure fortune. This isn't a myth, and it's not clickbait. It's 100% real, and today, I'm going to take you on a jaw-dropping journey through the rare 1960D-era Lincoln penny, the small date versus large date mystery, and how some of these coins became hidden treasures worth more than luxury cars or even a house. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, has long been one of the most collected and studied U.S. coins. By 1960, it had already gone through several changes, including the Wheat Reverse 1909 to 1958 and the Lincoln Memorial Reverse 1959 to 2008. Both the Philadelphia No Mint Mark and Denver D Mint Mark mint-struck coins in 1960 with two different date styles. These small differences turned into huge money as collectors raced to find the most valuable versions of the 1960D penny, large date common. This is the more commonly seen 1960D penny. These coins were mass-produced and don't carry significant premium unless in extremely high grades. Small date rare, the rare gem, appearing higher than in the large date version. Fewer of these were struck, and they were not widely recognized until collectors began spotting them in the mid-1960s. But here's the twist. Some 1960D small date pennies also exhibit repunched mintmark errors, RPMs, and that's where values go through the roof. How to identify RPM number 1? Look closely at the D mintmark below the date. You'll see a ghostly outline of a second D slightly northeast of the main one. Best seen under 5 by -10x magnification, but visible without if you're sharp-eyed. Value of RPM number 1. This is where the magic happens. Mint state MS63 can fetch $6,000 to $15,000. MS65 red frequently sells for $20,000 to $35,000. Top-graded MS67 Road with full details, auction for up to $80,000 to $710. And one record-breaking sale hit a stunning $115,320. Rumors and private sales, unconfirmed, but credible sources report offers of up to $155,000 for $180 for pristine specimens with full red luster and perfect RPM visibility. This coin has become a holy grail for Lincoln cent collectors and error coin enthusiasts. Even worn-down examples with visible RPM can be worth hundreds or thousands. Why these coins are so valuable? So, what makes a single cent coin hit six-figure territory? Here's the formula. Low mintage for error variety. The 1960D small date was already less common. Combine that with a bold RPM error, and you have an ultra-scarce coin. High demand among collectors. Lincoln cent errors, especially dramatic ones like RPMs, are hot in the numismatic community. Historical significance. 1960 was one of the first years where our Pennies were widely documented and catalogued. FS 501 became legendary. I appeal. Coins that are fully red designated road, have sharp details, and no marks bring the highest values. Certification boosts value. Coins certified by PCGS or NGC in MS66 or MS67 with the FS 501 variety command premium auction prices. Many collectors today are turning their attention back to this coin, searching old rolls, inspecting inherited collections, and even buying bulk unsearched pennies online in hopes of striking gold.